you. She's hanging with me. She's hanging with us. She's hanging with the world. She's Sharon. Hi.
Hey, I'm your host, Sharon, and that's DJ Buster Rhymes. So. And today we have a special guest on my show, coming all the way from University de Paris. She's a professor and critic. Her name is Mademoiselle Bonjour. Give it up for her, y'all.
Just to be clear, it is Université de Paris. And my name is Mademoiselle Bonjour. We've been over this one.
Okay, of course. Sit down, ma'am. You may be seated. So, I hear there's a new movie out called Defender of the Faith.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Can you explain why it is called such?
Well, it's a very good question, actually. This movie portrays the famous, yet old, reformer from back in the day, and his name was King Henry VIII. His nickname, though, was Defender of the Faith because, well, he defended his faith in Christianity. He was named so in 1521 by the Pope himself.
Quite cool. Oh, interesting. This next question is brought to you by RAM. God's Glory Ram. So, someone on Facebook asks, what was King Henry fighting for? Catholics or Protestants? How did he do so?
I can see why this can be a very confusing question, considering the fact that, well, it was a very confusing movie. It was a very terrible representation of this very valuable king. But it's a very good question all anyway. King Henry fought neither really for the Catholics nor the Protestants, really. He pretty much split from the Catholic Church and declared himself head of the Anglican Church, which was the famous church in England. But the funny thing is, different from what other reformers did, he didn't split from the church because of religious reasons, which is odd. He did it because of personal reasons. He wanted to remarry, but the Pope wouldn't let him. He wanted to marry, why? Because his wife was in the 40s and she couldn't give any more birth, and he needed a new son.
To be his male heir, right?
Correct.
I understand. Well, in all, how do you feel about the movie?
Well, for myself, I was disgusted at the way the French were portrayed. You wanna know what? I am French.
Okay.
They also did a very horrible job at keeping it historically accurate. He was from England and used many of the English church rituals and Catholic practices, but he also made room for the Protestant teachings. And,
Well, personally, I enjoyed it, actually.
excuse me, I am not done. Now, I did not like Henry himself, who was against the French, and as I keep on saying, I'm French. And he was very much in between the churches, and you simply cannot be in between churches. There are two different beliefs. They have different beliefs in indulgences and such, you know what I'm saying? And also, seriously, he created a whole church, all around the fact that he wanted another wife because his wife couldn't fulfill what he wanted. But the Pope would not let him.
I still liked it, actually.
Still not finished. I will tell you when I am finished.
Of course.
He did not want his wife anymore because she was just useless to him now, you know? A broken toy. Well, now you can open your mouth and make noise.
Well, personally, I don't know. like this, but anyways, I thought he was a really brilliant man.
Excuse me?
To make something in between, because if you don't want to be Catholic and you don't really want to be Protestant, you can, let's say, be both. And he made just that. Okay, we'll be right back after this commercial.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
What would I do for a Klondike bar? I would finally make that last winning shot. Take that, Celtics!
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Hanging with Sharon is brought to you by K Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K.
And we're back. And I am your host, Sharon. This is Mademoiselle Bonjour.
Mademoiselle, bonjour. How many times have I told you that?
Ah, yes. And where was I? Yes, defender of the faith. A flawless representation of a king, in my opinion.
No. It was just like a fish without water. It flopped till it dropped. Kept on flopping, but it dropped miserably. The man himself was a disgrace to the human race. Oh, that's right. I laugh at myself. Oh, such fun that I am. He had so many wives. The term wife wasn't even in use.
Oh, I see. But according to one of his best-selling books, he loved all of them, no matter the number. You love more than one man, right? Your father, your uncle, your brother, your husband, your son. Shall I go on?
Hold on. For one thing, I don't have a brother. My mom had 4 daughters. Anyways, it's all different. All of it. Completely different. He wanted a male heir. Women were nothing. All my life, I've been fighting for women's rights. Men, respect us or you will read my fist. Anyway.
Well, we'll get right back to that. But from my viewpoint, I thought that Leonardo DiCaprio played King Henry IV. King Henry VIII. Sorry, I got mixed up. Amazingly. He had such a broad structure. Perfect for the role of King Henry. I felt like I was in the actual movie with him.
Well.
How did you feel about his acting?
For once, I agree with you completely. Oh, and wasn't Angelina just perfect? Jolie?
No. I beg to differ. I thought Angelina did such a horrific job at portraying one of King Henry's wives.
No. You had it all wrong.
Just let me finish, please. Okay? Gosh. Although Angelina is a beloved actress, which we all know she is.
She is.
She's had many more astounding and much better films than this. You may speak now.
Okay, let's just get back to where we were, where I was winning. How can you believe him? Think about it. How would you like it if your man, just beheaded you because you weren't good enough anymore? You could not produce any babies for him that are men. How'd you feel? 6 wives, 6 women. Monstrous.
Well, I see where you're going, but
Think about it. Whole church.
you do? His church allowed both religions from either side, and so this way you can believe in some Catholic teachings mixed up with some other Protestant teachings.
But you can't mix them.
You have many more rights in this church also.
Okay, well, if it is such an amazing thing to go to, why is it that only 4% of all Christians are part of the Anglican Church? How do you explain that?
Well, golly, sheesh. Some debater. Well, I still think that this film was flawless.
Whatever. He was a wrong-minded man.
Well, that's our show for today. It's all we can fit in after that heated argument that I obviously won.
What? I don't need this. My man has 2 jobs.
You are so funny, Madame Bonjour.
Excuse me! Mademoiselle.
Bonjour.
I forgot my jacket. It's very cold outside.
Oh yeah, and take your little book with you too.
Little book. It has all of my practices in it.
Well, okay. Tune in next time at 8/7 Central when famous retired athlete David Beckham, ooh la la, appears on my show. Thanks for watching Hanging with Sharon. This is Sharon again. Have a nice day.
She's hanging with you, she's hanging with me, she's hanging with us. She's sharing, oh Sharon, oh Sharon. Oh, Sharon.
Bye, y'all.
Hanging with Sharon is brought to you by the National History Foundation and viewers like you. Thank you.